Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Charge Room. We are here tonight in reference to the Where is My King platform, hashtag the men's locker room. I am Ilyasa Simpson, Coach Illy, coming to you tonight, your host for the men's locker room. We have the awesome Kings on tonight, and tonight's topic is a very interesting topic. We are here in the month of February to talk about love as always. However, love comes in a slew of capacities. And one thing to achieve love is to know that you are loved, but also to share your love with another person. And sometimes when we want to share love with someone and we don't have anyone, or we want to be choosy in what we're doing, we take our times and pick and choose and pick and choose and pick and choose. But sometimes we get a bit challenged in that area. Sometimes, as in our choosing, we hear people out, but there's sometimes some red flags that are clear indicators that there is something wrong. Now, the question is, should we ignore those red signs and just, go through with the time and say, everything is going to be all right, everything is going to work itself out, everything is going to grow together? Or should we take heed to those red flag signs and say, hold up, wait a minute, let's talk about this? Or should we just say, okay, forget it, I'm not doing this, right? So we have to take time out to ask questions when we meet people, when we encounter new faces, new places, right? A lot of times we do not have conversations. Communication is the key to an effective, loving relationship, for it to carry on for the duration of any time, just to last a lifetime, right? And a lot of times we could be looking for that lifetime love, but we're just not looking or even paying attention to our hearts. So tonight we're going to bring the gentleman on. First, I want to ask you to share this platform. Anyone that wants to talk about red flags here, about red flags, just to join in on the discussion. I did post this topic all week in the Charge Room community. And if you are not a member of our Charge Room community, because we chop it up in here, we get a little deeper than we do here. So if you are not a part of our Charge Room community, just go to Facebook and type in the search bar the Charge Room community. Come right on in, and I will let you in so you can share your views. I also want you to like us on Facebook in the Charge Room, follow us on Instagram of the Charge Room, and also subscribe to us on YouTube, also handled the Charge Room. Subscribe to us and never miss another episode again. So come on, Kings. We are here waiting for you. We have King K Wise. I'm sorry, King Father Wise, King Dr. Jesse, King Herman. Good evening, Kings. How are you?
Peace. Peace.
Everybody well tonight?
Oh yeah.
I don't know where y'all look. All of y'all are located at, but I know it's snowing in New York
Yeah.
often.
It's a mess in Texas right now. It's a mess right now.
Okay, so we are here tonight, and the topic tonight we are talking about, should we take heed to the red flags within a new relationship? So, like, a lot of times when we meet someone, we try to give people a chance. Maybe we're listening, we're looking, we're being observant, we're just taking it all in, right? But when is it the time should we stop and take heed to some red flags? So let's give some examples. right? So let's say an example. I'm gonna give my own personal example. You meet somebody, and like I have a personal preference. I love a man with really nice shoes. I'm a shoe game woman. Um, so the first thing I look at is just shoes. That's just me. So sometimes I'll say, well, he may be put together, you know, in his attire. He may be put together in his attire. He may even have a nice shape up. And then he may even smell really good. You know, that aromas is hitting me. And a wonderful spot. So, but I'm just like, oh, I don't know about the shoes. So should I just like should I
I'm
just
two for I'm 2 for 2, baby. I'm 2 for 2.
it's the stylish shoe. Not to say this is my style. So, it's like you're asking yourself these questions. Are we taking heed to should I start with the shoe and keep going, or should I just stop and ask him some questions? Should I take his phone number, or let's exchange? So just first, like, start off with examples of what you have experienced that made you trigger yourself to say, okay, this is a flag for me. Or you may have non-negotiables to say, okay, this is not cool. Like, my non-negotiable: do not smoke cigarettes and do not smoke weed. That's my non-negotiable.
Okay.
I can't do.
With you on that.
Everyone everyone has something that will trigger them to say, okay, we're not even having a conversation. But there's the conversations we could have. There are topics that we can negotiate. So we go off, which you got looking like we got a full house tonight. So we're going to move this right along. So we're going to start off with you, King Herman.
Oh, man.
That's right. That's right, youngin.
It's only because Jesse came. You know what I'm saying? King Jesse came. So here we go.
That's right. We
always. I'm gonna bring y'all up one at a time, because it seems that we have a full house tonight. This bed is lit tonight. Like, all right.
Can we stay?
I'm gonna bring everyone else down except for King Herman.
Oh,
you can
I want to stay and listen.
That's what happened, man. I had my shoes, but they had the other house.
King Herman.
Queen,
is this a red flag area? I'm feeling pretty good. I was a little under the weather yesterday, but I'm getting it together today. Okay.
All right.
So I'm here tonight. I'm glad with y'all, because it's a full house tonight. I said, "Whoa, let's put the pop-ups." So tell me, King Herman, is there a set of non-negotiables with you, or are you at a place where you give free reign to whatever you see that you like and that you want to, have conversations? Is it a stop point, or that's the red flag area for you?
Well, to me, like, I'll say, a lot of me just growing up, I've always been one to be like, if this is your personality, this is who you are, show me who you are. And if you comfortable with it, rock out. But that would get me in some trouble, because I would like you so much that, I would neglect, like, the little signs. One for me, just like you said, the smoking, I can't stand it. It'll turn me off in a heartbeat. The other one is when you talk about something that you don't like, but then you're doing that same thing that you accuse the other person of doing. And then, just recently is the reality shows. I can't do it with you. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. And then so that's the pet peeve. And the other one is that just how you treat people. If I'm going super hard for you and I'm not getting nothing reciprocated, then okay, it's time for me. I love myself enough. I gotta pack up. I gotta go. But yeah.
Reciprocity is a huge word. I understand. So anything else you would like to add?
Just now where I'm at is I'm on the questionnaire part, because before I didn't ask questions.
So we learning some stuff.
I had to learn. I was teasing my partner who's actually dating somebody, and he's in California, and he was like, it's like, I started to ask questions. And he said the question I started off with, because we have a mutual couple that we both know, and they good. It said, well, they shared with me that one thing you can start off with and ask somebody is like, yo, how can I be your best friend?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, ooh, that's a good one. And then the next thing is and then the next thing is just all questions don't have to be answered right away, but don't just push them to the shelf. Keep asking. Keep talking. Keep communication open. And one thing about me is I like to communicate. I don't do the average. I'm a little spontaneous at times, but then again, if you tell me something, I'm going hard to make it happen. And but like we said, when feelings get involved and you touch emotions first, that's a dangerous game. I found out. And I think that's how we got a lot of kings and queens out of their queendoms and kingdoms. And then don't get to the point where the emotion was so good. Now you got little Junior running around looking for you, like, yo, daddy, what's up? Why you not with mommy? So, and it just come and looking at that, because the flags are there, but when you see them over and over again and then you run them, you have your boys be like this, yo, we told you, but we don't want to say nothing. You hard-headed. And even some of your girls too, So, because after everything happened with me, I had to call my homegirls and I had to apologize because they were spot on.
Okay. And that's taking accountability.
Yeah.
That's accountability. So I definitely with your response tonight. So let's see what another king, Father Wise, has to say.
Oh, shucks. Ladies and gentlemen, get out your drinks.
I heard that.
Father.
Please, though. Please. Oh, man.
Good evening, King. So we're talking about, taking heed to red flags, right? So is there a non-negotiable for you? Is there a place where you just let it ride for a little while? Or you don't ask questions, or do you ask questions? So how do you view this topic?
Well, when I was younger, we didn't ask too many questions when we were younger because we didn't have, let me keep it on self. I didn't ask a lot of questions because back then it was just all really like fun and games, and we keep it moving. You ask questions when you get with the person, and they would just really surface questions. Nothing like today at this age. I have the non-negotiables. Like, I'm like this. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't use drugs. I don't do none of that stuff except for this little flavored vapor thing going on. And just because I don't drink or that doesn't mean the person that I choose, they can drink if they want to. But the red flag that I will be looking at is how you drink. Right?
Okay.
If you drink and you become what we call a nasty drunk or just a drunk person, and your whole attitude changes, and you just that's a straight red flag for me, period. Because I've dealt with that, and I'm not doing that ever again. Another red flag is if I catch you in a lie, you're pretty much done. Like there is nothing that I'm gonna let slide anymore. Not at this time. And I know you're supposed to give people a chance and that, but one red flag, I'm looking.
That's only a choice. That's
right.
only a choice.
Right. One red flag, I'm looking harder. Two red flags, I'm gone. There's not going to be a third red flag. I'm not doing that anymore. Lying.
So in between your flags, do you have communication in between your flags?
Oh, in between the flags, there's like, for me, I'm not big on asking a whole lot of questions, because people say what they think you want to hear a lot of times. So what I do is just watch. I'm a action person. I like to watch, because what people say and what people do are always two different things. Yeah.
You basically observe but don't ask questions.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you hang.
Okay, so suppose you're seeing something that you think you see, but you're really not seeing what you think you see.
Like hallucinations. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
because somebody could get something misconstrued. So say, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I take this painkiller. It's in a powder form. So it's like cocaine to somebody, not minding their business. So if I'm opening my package and I'm laying it down to, because I'm holding it in a way where I'm lining it up to put it down my throat, and you're not seeing the packaging, but you're only observing contents. Could say she's on cocaine, but I'm not. It's only a painkiller.
Okay.
But because that person didn't ask me the questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? It creates a lie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, sometimes just asking specific questions may ease your spirit of when you observe, and because it's what you think is basically, what you think, because your emotions kick up what you think, but what you're thinking could be wrong. It could be off.
Okay. I can go for that one. I mean, if I was to see something like that, of course I would ask a question. I'd be like, "You okay?" Or I would, real a subtle question. "You okay? What's that? What you got going on?" Or something. What's going on over there?
Right. And,
I mean, I would do that if it was presented. If it was presented like
anything that brings you suspicion.
Right. If it was presented like that, I would ask questions. But normally, damn, sorry. Normally, I'm a watcher. I'm a watcher. And I'll sit back and we could talk, we can laugh, but as the days go on, I'm figuring out, I'm watching and I'm making deductions and I'm adding and subtract. I'm just looking. I'm just paying attention. If you're always getting on your phone, getting up and going in the other room to talk on your phone, always. I'm like, that's a red flag. If you just it's certain stuff like that, certain stuff that just don't add up to me, I'm taking it as red flags because this might be, and this is all just based on past experiences. You're frozen.
Okay. All right, Kate. King Father Wise. Let's bring on another gentleman. Let's bring on King J. Let me see what King Dre doing. Hi, Kay. How are you?
What's up, y'all? How you feeling?
I'm finding yourself. So tonight we are talking about are we taking heed to red flags, right? So what is your view of the topic? What are your non-negotiables?
Yeah, so first and foremost, like the biggest one for me and what I've had to deal with in like past relationships, like my past relationship, like I just had, well, I can't say just had, probably it was like 2 years ago, but I was settling a lot in that situation. And I took a lot from that when we broke up. The first thing I was settling with was, I don't have any children. And she had children from a prior individual, but she had a tubes tied. And the conversation, was consistently coming up like, damn, like to myself, like, is this really what I want to do? Like, because I want kids, and apparently, that's probably not going to happen here. So that's one big one for me. I just had to make that. I have to have a child with somebody. So if anybody I deal with, you have to be willing to have a child, right? So that's one for me. The regular, the lying, the deceit, and all of that. But a big one for me is not being able to have an opinion. Like, feeling like you need to be silenced, or you can't speak, or what you say doesn't matter, or your opinion doesn't have value. Like, that's a real big one for me, because I'm very, very, very big on communication, especially when you have an interpersonal relationship with another person, romantically or platonically, it doesn't matter. But communication is very, very important for me. So that's a real big non-negotiable for me. Like, if you don't have a level of conversation that we can build on, then there's not really going to be too much happening there. That's another one for me. Would you like to interject?
Well, right now you let me know that you have non-negotiables, and it also sounds like as if you need to have a conversation before you even just when they pique your interest. At the time that they pique your interest, you need to have your list together of what you would like in a relationship, what you're looking for. So that conversations need to happen with you before you involve yourself emotionally or spiritually, even mentally, with the next person. So maybe like you have to ask yourself some questions, like, again, just like how we're talking about your non-negotiables, like be committed to them. Just don't, look at them and say, oh, she look good. Maybe I could swing by this for a minute. No, ask them first, because that's a good, icebreaker. Like King Herman came up with a good one. How can I be your best friend? That's a great icebreaker, because as a woman speaks to express herself, how you can be her best friend, she's going to tell you about herself, her attributes, her strong points, her low points. She's going to talk about her previous relationships, her downfalls, her successes. She's going to speak of that just by asking that one question. So that conversation happening, slide in like, do you have any children? And if you really look at it, on dating sites, say like you look at a dating site, the profile, ask those questions. And having kids is definitely one of them. Do you have children? Do you want children? That's a yes or no. You can figure it out right there. It's different if someone says, like, um, I want children, and then when they get into the relationship, they don't want any children, because that's false. She came to you on a false premise, because when you first met her, she said she wanted children. You wanted children, so that was an agreement. Because at that first to second or third meeting, y'all are coming together to meet the minds. And as the minds are meeting, you either saying yay or nay. Do you agree, disagree, or
Yeah,
you're thinking about
I
it?
know. I definitely. No, I was just listening to what you were saying. No, I definitely concur with what you're saying, 100%. But like, I these days, I'm more prevalent to have a conversation like up front about what's necessary and what I need and what I feel, we should be working on. So like, that's a forefront type of conversation. So right now, like, I've been single for a while, like, and right now I'm more in line with trying. I'm kind of focused right now, so trying to have a female or woman in my life is not something that's really like in my trajectory right now. So like, that's even more of a reason for me to understand what you just said about that list that I should have. So like, that's really where I'm at with it.
Yeah, just do some
Okay.
self-assessments. So let's talk about Dr. Jesse. Let's get Dr. Jesse on the line. Hi, Dr.
Hey,
Jesse. How are you?
hey, Queen, how you doing? Ah,
All right. So what are your negotiables?
it's been a long time somebody asked me that. Ah, I think that. uh, so I guess and this might mimic some stuff. It might sound similar to some stuff we've already heard, and I guess because of how I was raised in the environment that I'm in, the one thing I really do require is that a lady be a lady. We live in a world where women aren't ladies anymore. They're really Um,
What's
I
your
guess
definition?
it's just how you carry yourself.
Okay.
I think the world has made it where a lot of the things that were presumed to be ladylike have been kind of tagged as being weakness. How you carry yourself, speaking softly. There's no problem with that, and it's fine to be able. You can speak softly and still enunciate whatever's on your mind or your opinion or your viewpoint on something. But let's talk about the non-negotiables, because that was your original question, and I want to get to that because that's what we're here for. My non-negotiable is lying. At all, no.
Okay.
No lying, and I guess I'll go for 2, and the other one is you have to know God. Got to. And I'm not talking about that. Yeah, I go to church every now and then. Not that kind. I'm talking about I want you to have a personal relationship. I want you to have a personal relationship with Jesus. I want you to have. I need that so that we can pray together as well as grow together. I want to be able to pray over you. I want you to understand what I'm doing. I want to spend all my time trying to explain to you why these things are. And if you're not in that place when I meet you, then my thing is then hopefully you're in a place where you can grow to have that relationship with Christ. That's fine too. But that complete resistance, I don't want nothing to do with that. I got time for that God stuff. Yeah, I don't have time for you. And the lying thing, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I don't know if
Okay.
Those two things are the worst things. And I really think that lying is real detrimental to a relationship anyway to begin with. And I think that one of the biggest things that aids in lying is this thing right here. I've just seen it time and time again. I've offered up marriage counseling for folks, and they come in, and the first thing that one or the other one will say is, "He's on the phone or she's on the phone all the time," and blah blah. This I can't even talk to him because he's always on the phone. And then, you know, as things happen, what you do in the dark comes to the light. One day, she walks over and picks up his phone or picks up her phone, and the whole world as they know it changes, because what they believe things are is not what they are. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes you gotta. I mean, it's even you. Sometimes you gotta just put the thing down. Just have a no phone night, so y'all can just communicate. Because these things, they're supposed to be communication devices. But the funny thing is, that barriers to communication. Who knew? You know, they gotta take the barrier, put it out the way, in order to get to the point where you can talk to somebody and understand where they're coming from. I don't know how we're going to grow together if we can't communicate where we're coming from. I can't learn about you. I need to know what, and I mean little things. That's the thing that's what's going on in the world today. Nobody communicates and finds out the little things about whomever they're being involved with. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite? You know, what kind of house do you like? What kind of furniture do you like? Little stuff. I mean, stuff that people be like, okay, what kind of clothes do you prefer on a man? I need to know. I'm trying to find all that stuff out, you know, because I'm sure gonna let you know. Hey, I prefer you get the mani and the pedi. I want to make sure everything is right. You ain't got to be worrying about all that, you know, all that extra stuff. I don't want you over concerned about your weight. I don't want you over concerned about none of those things, because the problem with that is when you get, it's fine to be healthy. What's not good is when you're so concerned about that you can't do anything, can't go anywhere. Oh, I can't go there because I can't eat anything on the menu. Yeah, I don't know. No, well, none of that. Life is about. I really believe. just be this. This is okay. You know, and I guess when you're younger, all those superficial things are really, really important. I'm telling you, my 50s, I don't care about all that stuff. I'm worried about how you treat me. How you treat me is the most important thing. So I tell my wife, I don't care about all that stuff. I don't care about what you can buy me, none of those things. I tell my wife, I care about how you treat me. That's the most important thing. Because I can buy stuff. I can go out and buy stuff for myself. But how you treat me is something I can't get nowhere else but from you. That's important.
Right. So thank you, sir. Let me bring on King K Wise. King K Wise, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself, sis?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So again, you heard we were talking about you know, channeling the red flags. How would that work out for you?
Red flags ain't gonna work out for nothing. Red flags, I got to bounce. I'm gonna be straight up.
What's your process in that? What's your journey?
Well, number one is I always do the knowledge. We taught to do the knowledge. Look, listen, observe, and respect. First thing, you know, you act like I said. Number one, you looking and you're observing how a person's attitude, the language. You know, to a substance, we look at appearance and things, but appearance is only it's fine. It's not infinite. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's how you present yourself as talking as a woman towards me, and how I receive. Because if you talk like you like me, or you feel like you can be me, then that's a red flag that we ain't gonna have, because there's only one me. You know what I'm saying? There's only one KY, and not a KYZ, not a KY miss. No. Ain't but one KY. You got to be who you are. And I look at it because in different aspects, because we all have things in our lives. Like, say, for example, if a man is meeting a woman who has children, and you know they find the attraction. Number one, if that was me, I always look at. I'm gonna check out how you run your home, how your kids look and dress and stuff like that. Because if you come outside looking fly, and your kids look like who lost and not found, that's definitely a red flag for me. because your kids should be looking immaculate if you look like umbuku. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That reflection of what you treat and how you looking at your kids is a red flag to me, especially because I'm a lover of children, and I honor kids. They're the greatest. So I put the values of how we as men and women address our values if we do have our kids and come into another relationship aspect of that. Those are some of the red flags. I mean, materialistic, red flag to me. Anytime you put materialism over the value of truth of who you are, that's a red flag for me. And I will address it and bring it to the table. But if that is something that you desire more than the fact of a normal relationship or to build together, hey, like the old yellow pages, keep it walking. Just plain and simple. Keep it walking. You know what I mean? Those are the very simple things. It's simpleness.
Right.
Not so much experience. It's the simple thing, as a matter of fact. Peace to my king. What's good? I ain't seen y'all.
What kind of mistake?
We here.
So
KY is Boombaye. KY Boombaye.
Dark Gable.
So each of you expressed how you felt about your feelings about red flags, your process, what each of you have your own different process of how you digest or regurgitate whatever you like, dislike, negotiable, and barriers. So all of you pretty much, from what I'm hearing of each and every last one of you, all of you are concerned about presentation and etiquette of how to be a lady, how to be a woman. So the respect in how a woman respects herself, of how she presents herself as a lady, and her etiquette of being a woman. Another consistent denominator you all spoke of is communication. How do she value communication? Is she a liar? Is she a pathological liar? Or is she an encouraging liar? Because a lie is a lie. Because some people will say, well, it was just a small white lie.
Ain't no such thing.
But that white lie could turn into something so monumental that is just no forgiving in that, or whatever you do. So reciprocity was another big one. Love me and I can love you. Father Wise came up with being an observer. All of you had the same, pretty much. You want to sit back and look and see what's going on before you say anything. But my response is, it's okay to observe. But you also have to participate in asking questions, effective questions, that does not make one feel that you are interrogating them, where they would have to get on a defense. Because a lot of times people are not equipped to understand, just to answer a question, because whether they're doing something right or wrong, people are sensitive from previous situations. They're sensitive in your questioning process because your tone has a lot to do with it. Because a lot of times when you suspect someone doing something, your tone and how you ask the question can also alert them to jumping to become defensive. For instance, one where I call it going into the back door and not going straight to the front door. So say like one of them, somebody was asking about drinking. So if that person's an alcoholic, you're not gonna ask them, yo, you an alcoholic or something? You know, it's like your tone and
I think
how you deliver. You know what I'm saying? They
I'm
were.
gonna ask.
So you can present it in a way where I noticed you had 3 drinks and
Girl, is that Boone's
your
Farm?
slur is a little bit different. You know, is everything okay? Or you can ask those questions. Say, you know, when you're hanging out with your friends, you know, do you drink different types of drinks? Or, you know, you can ask them, you know, well, did you have a amaretto sour? Did you have a hurricane? Did you have a pina colada? Like all in one night. Like it's just a certain way you can ask a question to realize, like, okay, this person really drinks here. And then it's the next
Sometimes
question
you ain't
is,
gotta ask that question.
how are they holding?
Yeah.
How are they holding alcohol? Are they able to handle their alcohol? Because some women can drink and really hold their alcohol, but then there's others that cannot hold their alcohol.
True.
So you
I'm
don't
like-
have to present yourself
Look,
to say,
I'm like Father Wise. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask straight up.
I'm asking because the bottom line is like,
no, seriously,
I mean, I like
because you have to look at it. People will get loud. They will get
They
loud
already got
and
alcohol in.
create a scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
and that's when you walk out. Red
It's
flag number 1, and you leave. Red flag, bing. I'm out the door.
No,
Find your own way home.
It's a way to get to ask
Yes,
someone
I agree.
a sensitive question.
I
Yes,
just
I
ask.
agree with
It's
that.
a way
But
to do it. It has to-
Well,
Just ask. I'm not.
Queen.
Look,
I mean, you ain't gotta ask. I mean, if
I mean, like he
if
said,
they already sloppy drunk and they acting
You
a
ain't
fool,
gotta ask.
that's right. I'm saying you ain't gotta ask. If
You don't have to ask.
she's drinking like a pirate, it's hard, more drink, more food, more drink, and she's slamming the it's time to go. Like red flag. I ain't gonna ask.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying? The signs are there. The signs are there. Number one,
No,
like
I'm
you
saying
say,
before,
you don't really.
before I get to that sloppy point.
Oh,
No. Well, see, that's why we're talking about with the communication factor. Listen, for instance, when I said the first thing we do is the knowledge. We look, listen, and respect. So if I'm out with you, I'm doing the knowledge, watching how much you drink, what you drinking, how much of this, anything that you're doing, I'm watching and I'm observing. Now, I constantly see you keep ordering 5 doggone Hennessy's and Coke, and then you switch up and go to 15 cups of Alizé. Yo, you got a problem. Ain't no need for me to ask you. I'm observing your issue. You know, I'm like, now I'm cautious. Now I'm cautious because I'm observing you. And then I'll be like, listen, you know, do you have an issue or a substance abuse with alcohol? I don't know if I'm going to say it that way, the way it is, to be politically correct. I'm the type of person, I come straight forward. Listen, do you have a drinking problem? And I mean, it's not going to, I don't say that to be offensive, but I say it to be real.
That's it.
It's like they mean something about, you know, be straightforward with me, I'm going to be straightforward with you.
I'm not politically correct. I'm not politically
we talking about red flags.
Well, I'm not politically correct like that either. Because if you sitting over there eating and you drunk as hell and you talk, I'm like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Is your ass drunk? Excuse me. Is you drunk? And now you talking junk? I gotta go.
Well, I think she already said that she ain't even, the person isn't at that point yet, but they drinking. I guess they're imbibing it.
not
if
at
they,
that
you know,
point yet.
so if they doing that and you
Watch
watching them, like KY said, you gonna ask some questions. I mean, first of all, you gonna ask some questions because you don't know how they're gonna react once they do get drunk. Because if you the person that brought them there, you as a man gonna feel like you need to protect this woman or whatnot from home.
I ain't
She out
protecting.
here doing
Yeah,
stuff.
you
I'm
gotta
just
hold.
saying,
You
that's
gotta
how men are raised.
hold.
That's how men are raised.
I ain't
I'm
protecting
gonna tell
nobody.
her.
You get,
I ain't trying to get lucky.
Let's flip the script.
Yeah.
Let's say, flip the script. Let's say if I'm an alcoholic and I come, you meet me, and if I'm me attractive and so forth, and we say we're gonna set up a date. Now the date where we getting ready to look, listen, observe, and respect one another. I come up there sharp, looking good, what you like, everything is attractive. My shoes are immaculate. You like, all right. Now, the moment I get to you, I'm drunk like what's my man on Ned the Wino. I'm drunk like Ned the Wino. All that goodness you see on me is gonna go out the window just by you notice me. I'm look good, but I'm drunk as Ned the Wino.
Eddie Kane Jr.
Okay then. So understand, you didn't have to ask the question. You saw it.
look,
Nights
Right?
like this.
You automatically
No,
seen this.
but that's but look at the timing. I'm saying look at the timing.
the whole world asked
Look at
Katie
the
Eddie
timing.
Kane Jr.
I got you. The
gotta look at
timing is going to be within itself.
Y'all really want to hang with it
The
again?
timing matters.
Absolutely. Well, the time is going to reveal. Time reveals all, regardless if it's a long part
Right,
or a
so-
very short minute. Time will reveal all things.
Right, exactly. So just like how you expressed, you showed up sharp as a tack, but at the same time, the minute you opened your mouth, it was like, whoa.
What's
That
that
in
smell?
that timing, you just say, okay, dead end, right? But as I'm asking, like you're out, you're coming, you picked her up. Everyone is good. We get to the restaurant, right? So
Okay.
you're talking, you're having conversation.
Mhm.
She slowly, can I have another drink? Can I have another drink? Now, just like you said, you are observing this. At that
Time is
particular
revealing.
you're gonna ask. Right. So, like,
No.
are you gonna allow
I'm still
her to
observing
go
because
past?
one or two, I'm not going to assume you're an alcoholic. I'm not going to assume that.
Depends
Now,
on
I can see the signs of how fast. Depends upon how fast you drink the first one and get the second one, and talk about you on the third. You know, if you drinking them joints like shots within a matter of seconds to minutes, that I'm like, oh, okay.
That's some good
All
Kool-Aid.
right. Yeah. There's a little something going on here.
Now you know, especially when you take them out, they got that big gauntlet now. You know, the big drink, the little $45 drink in that big old cup they give, and you suck that down, and then you suck another one down, and then you be like, yo, I could go for another one. I'm like, hold on, now you just had a half a gallon of liquor. Like, what the hell is going on here? Something wrong. Huh?
She just drink a little bit.
This. You just had a whole half a gallon of liquor, and now you want more? Oh no!
I don't know. I haven't.
A cup like that, but bigger.
Ooh-wee.
You know, I don't. I just think like this.
Okay. Suppose it was like a sangria versus a
Sangria got alcohol in it too.
Long Island.
No matter alcohol.
And the alcohol is one. People don't understand. No, I'm just saying. People don't understand. One shot of liquor, one glass of wine, and one can of beer all equal the same alcohol content. All the same alcohol content.
Okay.
True statement.
Okay.
Oh, yo, trust me, I've been doing this. Look, I haven't had a drink in March 22nd to be 18 years. So I know all when it comes to alcohol abuse and substance abuse and all that other stuff. Trust me, been there, done that. Been there, done that. So I know what it is now.
Congratulations, anniversary coming up.
Thank you very much. Y'all will get the invitation to be there. I'm going to send all of y'all the invitation. My celebration. It's going.
I can't say I'm classified smoking as a red flag, but I look at it as a deformity.
A deformity.
I mean, look,
Hey,
listen,
The moral.
I
You
try to
know
keep,
about
I
moral
keep my breath
deficiency?
immaculate.
Is that a moral
if
deficiency?
if I can smell it, see, I got a very sensitive nose. If I can smell it before you, or it's all in your clothes, coming out your pores and everything,
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, nah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah,
yeah, that's a problem.
especially we
You know what I
we
mean?
leave and now we go home and you don't take a shower none before we go to bed or whatever, and you just laying there and you radiating alcohol. Like, yeah, if we can smell that, yeah, you got something wrong. Something definitely wrong. Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not.
you
Yeah,
need a detox at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna say that that's definitely not sexy. We're gonna just say no.
Yeah, that's a
Nah,
Yeah, it's not.
that's a
It's not.
super red flag.
we can't rock with that.
No dice.
Not at all.
So,
No dice
pretty,
at all.
so pretty
You
much,
talking about, you ain't smelling like Chanel number 5. You smelling like Winston Salem and Newport. Nah.
Smelling like
Oh,
not Chanel, not Chanel,
Bro, North Carolina.
not Chanel 45, but Colt 45, right?
Yeah, well,
I told you I like Billy D, though. I told you I like Billy D.
Oh,
I bet you do. I bet you do.
mm-mm.
okay, so look, so y'all have the etiquette of a woman, a lady,
Got to have a lady. Yeah,
got to.
I need a lady
present
that's
as a woman.
Yep. I need that.
Language, her posture, her language, her attitude, all comes within her presentation. Dr. Jesse, he's like, don't lie to me, and really all of y'all had this thing, don't lie to me.
At all.
Red flag.
And Dr. Jesse says your relationship with God with him is extremely important.
Yeah, how you treat me is important.
Brother Herman, right? I really like how he had reciprocity and the questionnaire. The questionnaire is the key.
That's a big word. Reciprocity.
I need you need a man with
reciprocity. He is ready and he's equipped this time. He said, I'm not doing this no more. Right?
That's my man.
So now, and let me tell you, I really admire about you, gentlemen, you kings, because all on this journey since last summer, we have all learned from each other. So as you roll into your next season, you have knowledge and y'all are applying the knowledge. And I want to commend y'all. Y'all are doing so beautiful. So King Herman now is equipped.
Sherman.
King Herman is now equipped to move on to his next season with questions. Because now he has non-negotiables. Now he's not going to let it ride like, okay, well, my eyebrow is up, but I'm going to keep it going. He said, all right, let's stop and let's talk about it. So I respect King Herman. So I appreciate that. So to give a suggestion to anyone that is wondering, don't walk into a situation with your eyes open and then have your eye pinned open and you see what's going on, but you don't say nothing. You got to ask questions. You know, because at this particular point, everyone is an adult. Everyone has feelings, and you feel that thing. Like how y'all said. Now listen, this is not a code 45 moment here. You know, what you doing? Ask them like, what are you doing? You know, but some people, and I'm gonna say women will do it all the time. They will hold their tongue for lack of better words, because they don't want to disrupt what the comfort they are in at the present moment. So they'll say, oh, well, how come every time he walk in here, he turn his phone upside down? Or why does he always leave his phone in his coat, or he doesn't want me to touch his coat. Like, just simple little things that will make a woman suspicious instead of her. Meanwhile, he'll have like 10 relationships going on, but you want to be the main because you don't want to disrupt what you have. You won't let the whole other 9 relationships go. And I'm like, at some point, you have to see that you are valuable and that you are worth a bit more than knowing, because you really know. A woman could feel just like a man could feel. You're not the only person. True. Because his attention and his focus is not 100% on you.
On you. That's right.
Right.
Agreed.
So
Right.
I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself. But I've always been treated very well. So the second that somebody shows up to give me a half hello or a half how you doing, or I see you 10 months from now, I'm sorry, we don't do this. Like, I shouldn't have to struggle to say for somebody to say, "Oh, I like you and I'm interested in you," but why you have to tell me that? But why you can't show it? But there's so many women that are accepting that type of behavior, and they're cool with it because they say, "Well, at least I have something than nothing. I'd rather have straight zero. See me on the zero mountain. See me on the zero mountain, because I want the whole bread. I want the whole bakery and the recipe, and I'm getting it, copywritten, because I'm not gonna sit there and accept a piece of the bread. Not when I know I deserve the whole mountain.
You need the whole loaf.
But that's whoever you're dealing with. So I'd rather stay on mountain zero by myself until my whole copywritten factory come along, because I'm not doing this. Just not. I'm worth it. So if I know I'm worth it, I know what I bring to the table. I'm not going to sit and accept anything less than what I deserve, because I am a queen. I'm not a rook. I'm not a rock or some damn mud. So that's not So whatever you choose in your life, make it that you are worth a whole piece. Make it that you are bringing your value. So just like King Herman is like, well, this is important to me, that I need everything that I want in the next time around. I totally respect that. So have your list of questions. Communicate. Ask, whatever's a non-negotiable, just say what it is. Just say what it is. Because again, everyone is grown. Everyone is grown. You have the right to do, behave, speak as you choose. It's how the other person wants to respond.
So look here, girl. You can't be coming up in here with them rough, rugged, I've been in the potato field 3.5 months feet. You need to go get them things worked on.
I hear that. Because I don't even know.
Is that a
your hair should not look like slavery.
Is that a red flag?
Oh, that's a red flag, Dobbs.
Oh, that's a definite red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Yeah.
Some dudes.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, you don't. I mean, that's a red flag.
How you going to take the best care of somebody else?
Red flag because your feet.
And you, especially you, Father Wise, as well as you take care of yourself. Come on, bro. Don't step out the house with nothing out of place.
That's me. We talking about the next person though. Everybody don't do name brands. Everybody now, would it be a red flag if she got on something that from?
No, it's not about clothing. I'm talking about
right. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't. Hell, I don't worry. I don't know. I don't worry about hands and feet like that. Because just because your feet are toe up, don't mean you toe up. You know what I mean? But what's going on? Cut it out, Kay.
What's that music?
Who's that, Herman?
I feel like somebody's watching. I feel like somebody's watching.
That was Orange Juice Jones walking in the rain.
Oh my God.
I saw you walking in the rain with them crusty
Gentlemen,
feet.
we're gonna wrap it up tonight.
You like cornflakes without the milk?
So we're gonna wrap it up with the crusty feet.
She's
We're
trying
gonna
to
wrap it up with the
y'all.
crusty feet.
All right.
All right.
Wrap it up with the crusty feet.
Oh,
Self-care is important.
self-care.
Oh yeah.
Self-care.
Self-care is a red flag. If you're not, that falls under hygiene. Self-care, hygiene. If that's not, that's a red flag. That's definitely a red flag. Because if you
Definitely.
come, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh, yeah,
If you're a woman, and you come through smelling like not like a woman, like a men's locker room, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
It's strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. Yeah, you better get some of that. Yeah,
Some strong drink.
something strong. Just
Strong
you gotta cut. Yeah, those are your obvious red flags like that, like hygiene, the breath, the feet, the hands,
How
the
take care of
hair.
yourself.
Right?
Yeah,
How you
take care of
take care of yourself? Yeah.
But that goes for y'all too.
Oh,
yeah, 100%.
Running out of here looking toe up. My wife ain't gonna let me anyway. She gonna be like,
Look, I ain't never left the house without my Kango ever.
oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, Slick Rick.
Yeah, y'all know. It take me real talk. It take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get dressed. I ain't gonna front because I'm not leaving the house any old kind of way. Because I might get my big movie break. You never know who you might run into out there. You only get one chance to make you don't get two chances to make a second impression. One chance.
Oh, I'm confused.
One chance.
You said an hour to 2 hours.
Oh, no, most definitely.
Let it go. Let it go.
I gotta pull out the clothes, and then I might not like the outfit I pull out, and I pull out 10 more. And then after that, I usually go back to the first one that I pulled out anyway. Then you got to do your nails. Then you got to brush your teeth for like 20, 30 minutes, right? Then you got to take, it ain't going to be no red flags over here based on appearances over here. When you see me, you're going to be like, damn.
You got to take that long. That's a red flag to me.
You gotta make sure it's like when you go to the car wash, baby. You gotta get that car detailed before you pull out the lot, baby. I gotta have my car detailed. That takes time. That takes time. I don't care what y'all say. That takes time.
Oh my God.
Women get ready. Women take longer than that to get ready.
That's not all of them.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
That's not all. That's not all women.
Yeah, okay.
Now you're
Not
stereotyping.
I will say this before. Now some women just take so long just to get their face beat, so that adds an extra. Because I don't do the beat. That's not my area. The beat face is not my area. I'm good with the eyebrows and the lip gloss. Like I'm not,
Let's go.
But there's some women who takes hours just to beat their face.
I got an aunt I have never seen without makeup. I got an aunt that I have never seen without makeup, and that's for real, for real. Never. I have never seen her without her makeup on.
That could be a red flag.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
What you hiding?
I don't want to know. Hey, my uncle been dead a while, so I don't know.
I can't even get the lash thing together. Like that's the challenge for me. Like
I love red flags. I mean, there's so many different red flags, and that, like we said, your personal hygiene, your looks. That could be an area for someone. If they got enough money, it's like if somebody's always asking you for money, because we get tired of kicking out that $40. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a red flag. It's a bunch. There's a whole bunch of different. There's a whole bunch of different things.
That's a good question right there. Why? What's it with the $40, Father Wise? What's up with that?
Well, I can't discuss it on this platform.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk.
Table it. We'll table it.
Yeah, we'll table that. All I can just say is
we're gonna table that. All right, we'll table that. Talk about that later.
I'll call you later.
Dr. Jesse. Dr.
You got a PhD.
Yes,
You don't know what
Okay, gentlemen.
Yes,
I thank you all
Dr. Jesse.
for coming on today.
See
It's
my
always
question.
a pleasure.
I guess we're gonna have to go to the after party.
You left a question on the chat?
Who left a question?
Might have to go to war. I don't know, bro. I gotta be prepared.
I'm not. Listen, that's a one after in the boardroom. Stop. Okay, so I thank you, Jen, for coming on tonight. Y'all were amazing, as always.
Conda forever.
So I'm gonna close y'all out here.
We're having too much fun.
Don't run red flags.
Thanks.
Wait. Thank you, everyone, for coming on tonight. It has been a pleasure. Definitely a lot of laughs. It's always fun to laugh. I believe laughing because laughing is definitely food for the soul. So we talked about when do we take heed to red flags, and tonight we spoke of having etiquette, being presenting yourself like a lady, your language, your posture, knowing you are as an individual, and always keeping communication first. Your attitude makes a difference, and to look, listen, observe, and respect. That is really the process of handling, being cautious of what is being presented in front of you. And again, guys, always ask questions. Take the time to be mature in your thought process when asking questions, because sometimes what you think you see may not be what you see at all, because what happens is everything starts in your mind, and what's in your mind triggers your emotions, and then the reactions is how you respond. So always stay positive, stay focused, and keep your energy where it should be, in a positive perspective, and always put you first. Always first, because the better you can love someone in a better way. So once again, thank you. This is Dr. Simpson. I am also known as Coach Illy. Like I said, like us on Facebook, The Charge Room. Follow us on Instagram, The Charge Room, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Also, we have a website, y'all, www.com. And also, remember, I am a iHeartRadio host. I have the Charge Room show every Sunday from 12:30 to 1 on WDRB Radio, iHeartRadio. So you can download that app, and every Sunday, 12:30, click on. I will be there. Have a great night. And thanks for coming. Bye-bye.